These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short and shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Black 99, feel it. Come back, come back.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
No. Check, Patriots.
Now a play fake here on first down. Bill Dyson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going up top. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And the pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
See if they do that. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Let's make these babies cry. Tiger.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he'll have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
Richmond.
Throwing again is Watson. Crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Come back.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially. Yeah, I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Single. Richmond.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Watson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Deshaun Robinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. the line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff looking right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back to throw here. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. And they'll go ground game here in the timeout. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
17, guys. Check him out. He's going to... No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
They'll look to throw. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard! Alert! Kill! Joker! Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Detroit! Detroit! Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got? No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Check. Lucky.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Mike, 53, Mike.
the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Fights off the defender. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays and only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be brought down. That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
A carry for Foreman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, hold it.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
From the gun, here's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Watson. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Gun! 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 4 down. Check.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll look to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Tiger.
On 1st down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Frank Clark. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over. Prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Check. 2-jet.
Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Texans. 58 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second is Watson. Going for it all. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Watson now to throw. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Detroit getting set to go now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll throw now on the final play. The kicker here, it's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're up there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Foreman, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. That is caught by Cohen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock the defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal.
Odd, 5 down.
Watson is going to flip that to the flat. It's complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back. And now we know why you have lost your space to run, don't we? Illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough corners. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation. So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him. And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Gun! Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Gun! Get in the way.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Deep ball for Goodwin. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that will help him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tall.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a play fake here on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun, Watson. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Come back, come back. 43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Watson now, operating from the gun. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sean Robinson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. And he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15, and the Lions will take over. So out now come the Lions. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
16 yards right off the bat, but a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. They're going to the left side here, Wilson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play...
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And now out comes Houston. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, come back, come back. You don't want it. Come back, come back.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Richmond.
Watson on 3rd down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Escapes the sack. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Gone!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Now back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Watch him now, Barney! Single receiver.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at Nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Richmond. Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day, offense. Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up near the 34. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Cradle for the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball and saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Target.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show, because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. No open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Mike, 53.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tristan Deku picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We got 4. Reset.
They run again with Foreman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Two jet. Tiger.
Now Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. They look to set up his blockers. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Play action, they'll throw. And he finds a man on the crossing line. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to throw now on second and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Lions on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is third and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Time to go, night.
He'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now in desperation, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.